Hello YouTube. Right now, every electrical device in my apartment is turned off, except for the refrigerator. There's a little bit of gas burning, but those are the pilot lights on my stove. I might even turn them off, but then the gas would escape. Um, I'm also, not only am I not wearing a shirt, I am not wearing pants or boxers either. And I think that by the end of this video, you will understand why this is, because it fits the message of this video. Why why are my devices turned off? Why am I not wearing clothes? Because it's summer. They're not necessary. Okay. I was talking with my dad today about who Ron Paul is and what he really likes, what he really advocates. And he says, well, when Henry Ford, who built the Ford Motor Company and he was manufacturing cars, oh yeah, he got a little bit of money and then he started his business and then he became so rich and powerful that the government had to step in and create labor regulations because the workers were suffering. I said to him, well, if those workers were unable to earn enough money from working there, the system would break down. Not only would nobody be able to afford cars, the government wouldn't be able to build or maintain roads, and so the entire interstate or intermunicipal transportation system would break down. Now, do we want that? Well, I'll tell you something. I want that. I'll tell you what cars have done to this society. They have reduced the level to which people observe what is going on in their communities. It atomizes people into their houses. They do not bump into neighbors when they go out of their house. They go where they're going. And they get out of their car, and see exactly the people who will not challenge them to become better people. Nor will they tell the people they think are bad people to become better people. Also, I just have to point out that this whole thing just centralizes power more and more and more to the downtown areas or the remote hospitals or police stations, and certainly to Washington, D.C. and all that, so that the poor people, can scarcely afford to go to a public meeting or a gathering if centralized power is important at all. If we were all in villages, we could just go to the square in the village. That would hardly take any effort, and that's how it was done for hundreds of thousands of years, which you probably don't know about. Anyway, so, but let's just say people are really hurting, and you Americans, there seems to be a lot of noise out there about how people here are really hurting. You know, I gotta tell you, if you drove less and got out in your communities more and talked to your neighbors and went to your churches, okay, you might find that loving people is beneficial because people will want to cooperate, help you out. There will be a communal effect. You don't have to even believe in God. That if you just communicate moral values, nobody really has a consistent definition of God anyway. It's a very personal thing. Stop letting religious institutions and government institutions categorize you into groups. That's stupid. You are individuals and you belong to communities. But those communities are breaking down. I live in a neighborhood. All these doors are locked. I don't know any of my neighbors. I see a few people on the street because I do walk, and that's good. But there just aren't enough. All around me are business institutions. That's not a place for public dialogue. If the structure broke down, okay, if the infrastructure broke down, if all this entrenched system, this systematization stopped, okay, people would not be further atomized as individuals. Their communities would atomize. People would be more able to communicate with a realistic number of people that they could be effective with. They could agree on things. Even on YouTube, I'm not satisfied. Hardly anybody responds to my videos. And the ones that do, they don't seem to understand me because these are 10-minute videos. I mean, I'll probably do a part 2 on this, but we can't have an hour-long conversation about this, and we're certainly not having a dialogue right now. Now, I'll just spoil this. The thesis of this argument that I'm making is that the natural partner of the ideal of libertarianism is a godly communism. I'll repeat that. The natural partner of an ideal libertarianism is a godly communism. Communal identity is the natural state of human beings, or at least it has been for hundreds of thousands of years. We are social animals, okay? But what this unsustainable system has you thinking is that you're somehow going to be a winner just on your own. Oh yeah, pull up your bootstraps and get out there and get to the top and win. That's bullshit. You need to love other people and you need to be loved. We're interdependent. Now I'm going to explain a little bit more how this is possible because, he also brought up, these coal miner strikes in Britain. And also, how did Henry Ford become so rich and powerful? Well, what did they do to get the coal? What did they do to get the steel? What did they do to get the oil, which is necessary for the cars? People, there is a Hopi prophecy. The Hopis were a Native American tribe. There is a Hopi prophecy that says, when we dig precious things from the ground, we invite disaster. Okay, think about that.